Hi everybody, thanks a lot for coming into my kitchen today. Well, I don't know about you, but you know, there's something to be said for a really good tofu scramble. And I make a pretty darn good tofu scramble. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you all the ingredients, show you how to make it, and you'll have one on your table before you know it. Let's get started. So the first thing, of course, which you would certainly imagine, is the first thing you need to do is start with some tofu. This is the extra firm. You can use firm, but don't try to do it with soft or anything other than firm or extra firm. You just won't get the kind of texture that you want. And I have taken this out and have rinsed it very well. Now the first thing you have to do is you have to drain this, and I like to press mine. So I'm going to get a knife here, and really at this point it doesn't take anything fancy. All I want to do is cut it straight down the center like that. And I'm going to bring in a towel, a kitchen towel. This is what I call my tofu towel. This is the one I use. It's a nice cotton towel. It's had a lot of tofu pressed in it, and so what I do is I just wrap it up just like so. There's never any rhyme or reason of how I feel like wrapping it, but I just make sure it's well wrapped, and then I set that on the counter like so, and then I put a breadboard or cutting board on top of it. I'm going to rinse this off here real quick. I put that on there, and then I use a good heavy official tofu pressing equipment. This is just a good heavy pot. If I really want to get out there, I could, you know, put something else on top of it to weight it down. So I'm going to let this press for about 30 minutes. That should be all it really needs. And in the meantime, what I can do is I can start preparing the other ingredients. They're going to go into this tofu scramble, and it is a good one. And then once we're ready to move on to the next step, I'll bring you back. So this has been pressing for about 30 minutes, and it's got a lot of that moisture taken out of it. So what I do is I just put a little glove on my hand, and I really give it a good mash just to really break all of that down. It only takes, you know, a minute or so, or not even a minute, just a few moments to do it. And then what I'm going to do is take this glove off and start adding some of the things that will make it taste so wonderful. Now the first thing I'm going to do is add some turmeric, and that's going to give it a nice golden color, kind of an eggy color. And then some pepper. And then this is the Kala Namak. It's a black salt. They call it black salt. As you can see, it's not really black, but it's giving that, it's got a very sulfur fragrance to it, and that's what gives you that egg thing. And it's salt, so you don't want to be adding this and additional salt. Start off with this, and if it's the time of serving, you say, oh yeah, I need more salt, then do it. But don't add salt and this at the same time. I've learned that lesson the hard way. And then I'm going to add some nutritional yeast. This is going to give it kind of a nice little cheesy thing. And I'm going to give this a stir. And I know this is going to seem kind of counterproductive here, but I'm going to add a little water to this because I can see it's a little dry, and it usually is just a little dry there, just a little bit. All right, I'm going to move on over to the stove, and we're going to start putting this entire delicious dinner together. So I have been sauteing some chopped onions, and I don't know whether you have seen the video or not. I will put a post up above and down in the description box about how I chopped and froze fresh onions, and then when I need them I can just pull them out of my freezer. I'm also going to put some of this Gardein burger in there. Now I like to use sausage or burger or whatever. This just happens to be something we had left in the freezer, and I said let's just go ahead and use that today. And I'm going to turn my heat up a little bit. get that thawed, because they do recommend you starting with frozen and not dehydrating or defrosting it, excuse me. So I'm going to get that mixed in, and I'm going to add some garlic. I don't have any fresh garlic today, but I have my wonderful squeezed garlic, and that's about 2 large cloves. And I'm going to add a little more pepper. I'm going to get this stirred in. And as this is heating, I am now going to bring in some chopped fresh spinach. This is going to add some moisture, which is going to be good. I'm going to let that get in there and get it wilted down a little bit. And once it has gotten wilted and I'm ready to add the tofu in, I'll bring you back. So as you can see, that spinach is pretty nicely wilted. And I'm going to now add my tofu in. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit. I want it just kind of a medium-low right now. And I'm going to get this all stirred in. Oh boy, that is looking really, really good. This makes a super breakfast. You could put some shredded cheese in it. I'll make it kind of a omelet kind of thing if you'd like. It's great for dinner. In fact, that's what we are having for dinner tonight. Is we're having this with the cornbread that I made, and you'll see a video for that coming up. Or a tortilla. The director loves to have scramble with a tortilla, so that's probably what he will have. All right, so I'm going to put the lid on this and turn it down to low and let it just get really nicely warmed and hot through, and make sure the meat is thoroughly heated and the spinach is nicely wilted. And then at that point, what I can do is take a kind of a sample taste to make sure that it has all the different flavorings that I want. And we're looking forward to this. We'll be back. Oh boy, this has been on the stove for about 25-30 minutes, just on a very low heat. I had the cover on it, and I've taken the cover off, and I'll tell you what, it smells delicious. So let's take a taste and see if we need to do any flavor adjustments. All right, boy, it sure smells good. Let's give it a little shot here. Wow. It's so darn good. But you know, I think I'm going to add just a little bit more of this black salt. I don't think actually, you know what? I'm not going to add any more. I did just add just a smidgen. I think this tastes so good. Honestly, just as it is. I'm going to take one more little taste of this. I think we're right on. Wow. It's excellent. It's awesome is what it is. It's got the best flavors. You can taste that spinach, you can taste the onions, you can taste that ground beef in there. Now, a couple of things I might say. You do not need to put any kind of meat in there if you don't want to. A straight up scramble is just super. I had it in the freezer, said let's try it, you know, put it to work. It was a great addition, but you don't need it. If you didn't have that black salt, again, you know, it's something that really adds, kind of accentuates the fact that it's an egg thing, but you don't need it. But this is so darn good the way it is. So I'm going to leave the instructions and the ingredients down below in that box down below the video. And I hope you'll give it a try. This is so good. And this is going to be great in a wrap tonight, in a tortilla. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. Check out my Amazon store. There's a lot of great stuff in there that you just know you need to buy. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.